Our destination, the Hollyford, is an isolated but spectacular valley set on the northeastern side of Fiordland National Park. The famous Rootburn track runs along the eastern side, while a rugged mountain range lies to the west.
I'll GPS this spot in for interest's sake. Mark waypoint. Save and edit. Change name. What do we call this, Steve? Hollyford View. Yeah. And there you are. Oh, look at this. Oh, that's interesting. The stream ends just here somewhere. So if we go a little bit higher and across, we can actually get onto that other ridge we want to come down without too much difficulty at all.
Oh, that's We're quite fortunate in New Zealand, really, to have such a diverse range of plant life. I mean, in this valley alone, down on the lower slopes, you've got more sort of podocarp forest, and that's a range of sort of totara, rimu, crown fern, a lot of broadleaf. And then when you get to a certain altitude up high here, it changes very abruptly, and now we're more in the mountain beech forest, and it's predominantly beech trees. The fern totally changes. You've got a lot of moss all over the trees, quite damp in areas. But like they say, variety is the spice of life. It's fantastic.
When you're high up in these mountains, pretty much all this water is good drinking, especially when it's in Fiordland.
After several hours of crossing streams and ridges, we get a surprise response from some thick fern ahead.
Just heard a roar, just off to the side up here. It's a bit thick once again. We'll wait a few minutes just to see whether he's going to come in. If not, then we have to try and get into him, which of course makes it hard.
After seeing glimpses of him through the pungas, we could see it's a more mature stag. We tried to pull him down, but it was clear after some time that he wasn't moving. It's risky for us to move at this point, but we don't have much choice. I'm going to climb up and see if I can get some footage while Clyde keeps roaring from below. As I climbed the slope, I couldn't help but make a bit of noise through the undergrowth, and fortunately the stag came over to investigate. What a magnificent sight as he peered over. He seemed to be looking straight at me, yet appeared to be quite relaxed. Obviously he couldn't make me out. Deer have personalities just like people. This guy seems reserved. He's not old, but he's careful, curious, and by the looks of things probably hasn't had much in the way of human encounters. We still wanted to get some good photos, so Clyde snuck up to the side and managed to get quite close as the stag peered over from behind a fern.
No!
He managed to snap off a couple of quick shots before the stag disappeared, or so we thought.
Jeepers, it's hard. Oh man, that was exciting though. Boy, that's one of the hardest stags we've ever had, isn't it? Yeah, so. I could see that Steve was just getting a bit of stuff a bit closer because we had to send someone in. And so then I thought, oh yeah, I'll pop my nose over here. And next thing, the stag just walked back. Now I could see his rack just here somewhere. So I fired a couple of shots, but you know, it's just the luck of it. There's just bush.
He's moved further up the ridge, but still within photo range, and Clyde's starting to get some great shots. If this ever happens to you, keep shooting. The more pics you take, the more chance you'll get a brilliant shot.
Bo. No.
We couldn't believe the stag was still hanging around. It's the strangest situation. Almost like he wanted his photo taken.
Unfortunately, just lost my leg in a hole. That's the sort of thing you can break your leg. Be very careful. But when you're running after a stag, well, caution goes out the window. Anyway, we've never ever, mind you, usually, in the earlier days we're just shooting deer, but so you don't give them a chance to see the beauty of them. But by crikey, that was weird. A magnificent stag that wouldn't come. And then at the end there, he hangs around for that long. It might have something to do with the camo. My issue was, I only had 20 shots left on my card, and I thought, oh, that's heaps of shots, because we never even get a shot half the time. Boom, 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 flicking away, using them, having to delete them, and the stag standing. It's the best stag we've seen, isn't it, Steve?
Oh, unbelievable.
He's got 3 long tines on one, and then he's got another 2 on the other. Oh, look, I'll just show you a couple of corker shots. Yeah, look at him. Look at him. Look at his tops there. Look at that on there.
Yeah. We've seen a lot of stags over the years.
We've seen a lot of stags, and that's the best stag I've ever got a photo of over the years. I've never ever seen, really, apart from the odd one running away that you imagine's like that. I don't know, I can't, that's not normal. The stag behaving like that, that's not normal. That's like a real freak, and we'll take it.
When you've got yourself a deer, now you may not want to carry the whole carcass out. You might be in a bit deep, or it's a bit of a hard carry. So the other option is to butcher it in the field. So we'll give you a quick demo of how we go about it. In this modern world of technology, probably one of the best things you can carry in regards to safety when you're heading out into the wilderness is one of these. Now, it's a personal locator beacon. This is a McMurdo Fast Find. Now you might think, well, the weather's good, oh, I don't need anything, I'm good as gold, But I tell you, when things go bad or you get an injury, especially for older people, or if you've got younger members of the crew coming out, for around 500 bucks, it's all it costs, could save your life, has already saved a lot of people's lives, well worth getting. When you've got yourself a deer, now you may not want to carry the whole carcass out. You might be in a bit deep, or it's a bit of a hard carry. So the other option is to butcher it in the field. So we'll give you a quick demo of how we go about it. First thing you want to do is get the skin off, and we've just about finished that. Now this deer was headshot, so it's a nice, clean, quick kill and no meat damage. Unfortunately, it was lying down, so the head was sort of twisted around, and a bit of shrapnel went into here. But with any luck, there won't be too much damage up there. Anyway, we'll whip the rest of that skin off. Now the big thing you want to do is keep the skin as clean as possible, because we'll use that as a bit of a workbench and to lay our meat on as we go about it. Be careful there too, sometimes when you pull that off it flicks back onto your face. So we'll lay that down, open her out nicely, just sort of close that up a bit, and there you go, nice and pure white. Doesn't get much cleaner than that. And of course you can still save that skin if you want to cure it later as well. Sometimes you get a lovely skin out of that. Okay, the first thing we'll do, get rid of that wasp there, is take the shoulders off, and we basically work our way up. So we'll put a slit down you're just beside the backbone there, not too deep. Get it to there, slit it like that. Then get it just above the leg on the brisket there, and just put a slit like that, and not too deep up here, just like that. Then you can just follow it through to the rib cage, pull that down, then just shove your knife in there, follow the rib cage around, and see the ribs exposed nicely there. And then just take your knife under the bottom rib cage. Okay, we'll take that shoulder right off. Now there's a bit of meat around the neck here which you can take off. With a small deer like this there's not a lot on it, but we'll just peel that a little bit around these things here. Just follow these little kind of vertebrae coming down the neck here. And like that. Just take it around in and out with your knife like that, and you'll just feel it sliding around those little vertebrae. Take it straight off. Okay, now you can place it on your nice clean workbench. Just trim a bit of that horrible neck stuff. Take the gland out of there. There you go. You've got one nice clean shoulder. Okay, we'll whack the other one off. Now, let's see what the damage is there. Well, as you can see, very little damage. You see, all it did was just crease the top there. Just a bit of shrapnel from the head and just creased it, and hasn't really done much. Just ended there. Okay, now we'll cut through that gristly, whatever you call it. Not too good on the names of these bones. Okay, again, just follow those little in and out bones there. I'll just take her off straight off there. Get rid of some of those flies and wasps. The wasps can be a real mongrel. I'll just cut that horrible bit off there. Just trim a bit of the messy bits off here. There's the gland in there. Now of course this neck meat here, you can use it in casserole or stew, that sort of thing. Put it in a slow cooker, it comes up really good. Okay, the next thing we'll do is take the glands out of this flap here, and we'll cut this down. Whack those out of there, that's the gland in there. Another one there. Get them out. Take this down through there. Now what we'll do is we'll take these, I think they're eye fillet steaks out of here, and they can be really nice when you fry them up. So to get them, what we want to do is they come right up under here, sort of under the back leg. So put a little slit in there, and you can shove your finger right in there, like that. You can get right behind it. Just put a slit up there, down, and then follow it down beside the spine, inside there, and just sort of slide your knife around there, through there, and you can actually kind of pull it, just nick it a little bit, pull it down like that. She comes out beautifully, and there you've got the steak. Like I say, you know, you just shove that in the pan, and that's fantastic. Beautiful bit of meat, that. Okay, the next thing we'll do, we're going to take the back steaks off, but to do that, we've just got to take a knife through under that H-bone where it comes down there. You'll feel it right in there, and just cut across through there, and on this side it's down sort of below that first rib kind of thing there. Take that across, then we'll come around the other side. Take the back steaks out now, so in order to do that we want to follow the knife down beside the backbone. You can see it down there. Hold it sort of hard against it and just slice it down like that. Pull it right down to the bottom, same on that side. Down through there. Then grab that bit of membrane and you can kind of peel it away. This gives us a nice cleaner exposed steak. Like that. that as well. Like that. The same on this side. Put it there. Peel that off. Okay, so there you can actually see the full back stake going up through there. Now you want to slide your knife, sort of peel that back with your thumb, and you can feel the inner side of the ribs. And take your knife down beside there, and you can just hold your knife hard against the ribs here, down the side there. Once you get to here, just slide it down. You can see it peeling back there nicely against the ribs. All the way down there. Okay, same thing on this side. Pull it back with your thumb. Couple of nicks there. On she comes. Another beautiful back steak. Look at that. These flies. Keep giving it a few taps here and there to get rid of those mongrel flies. Now you may choose to take the rib flaps or not. Either way, we'll take them off because they can work well in a slow cook or something like that. A small deer like this, there's obviously not a lot of meat on there. However, at the front of the brisket, that's quite a nice little bit of steak in there. So that's pretty good. We'll take the whole flap off anyway. So just pull that down to the rib there. All you've got to do is like that. Around. Okay, down the front of the brisket, you'll see the little white fat line down there. Just put a slice down the front there, and then follow your knife around to there. Out the front, just slide your knife down the front of that brisket, and that'll pull that little steak away there. Like that. And there's your flap. Like I say, you can put that in a stew or casserole, and you'll be surprised how good it is, I tell you. Otherwise you can give it to the dog or the cat. That'll all get trimmed up at home anyway, so worried about a few flies landing on the outside. And as you can see from the leftover bones here, there's not much meat on that, so there's very little wastage. And that's just the way we do it. Okay, now we'll get rid of the skeleton, so we'll cut it off through that joint. As you can see, there's not a lot left on there, so there's really nothing wasted. Now what we want to do is just run your knife straight through that joint, like that. You can see it just slice, and you can just flip that, pull it straight off, and there you go. Of course that'd be perfect for your dog, he'd love you for that. Now you can choose to take the back legs home in one piece, or you can split it up into all the different muscles, which is what we prefer to do. Just saves carrying any extra bone home with you. So what we want to do here is firstly separate the legs from each other. So you can see the bone running down through there like that. So we want to go around that, all around it like that, while you slope your knife in that way rather than that way into the muscle. Get it towards the bone. Same on this side. Follow that down there, straight down the back, like that. Then you've got to come around this side, split between the legs through there, follow the bone around again. Now just in here there's actually the ball joint, and we'll just follow around beside that, come down there, down here, down through here. Now you can see that if you pull those apart a little bit like this, you'll actually see, you can actually see the ball joint there. So cut around below it, you can kind of feel a little sinew through there, and you've got to cut through that. There it is there. You've got to cut through that little sinew, then the leg will fall away nicely. Just follow it down from here, all around through there, and you can see it falling away through there.
And there you have it.
Okay, if you take that side off first, makes it easy to get this one off because you can just grab that with your hand, pull it down, and as you pull down it just tears away. So it comes off really easily. Again, okay, so there you can see that ball there, you've just cut under there, pull it away, it falls away nicely.
And that's the
H-bone. Or so now we'll separate the muscles, and the first thing you want to do is turn the leg this way around, and you can see the join running through there. It's like the white crease through there. So just shove your knife across like that, put a slit, shove your thumb in, or cut it a little bit deeper. Oops. Look what we've got here. Okay, so shove your knife up through there, run it down, just follow the crease down through there and tear it away as you go. There it is, just like that. Lovely. Next thing is this crease through here, so look at the end of the muscle there and then you'll just see the first crease coming across. Put a little slit there. Just for you to get your thumb in. Slide the knife up. There, pull it down. There you go. Now up here, you just want to get your finger under there, like that. So then you've got that fully separated. Just slice that bit there, pull her up. Done that. And there's that muscle off. Alright, we'll cut that little gland out of there again. Get rid of that at the same time. Okay, now we'll take that muscle out of there, through there, across here, just hold it there, pull it down beside the shank, see it there. Now, just slide your knife down that bone there, you'll see it exposing there, that's it, across there, and just slide the knife, basically holding it flat across that muscle there, and it'll just come off like that, and then you've got that big chunk. She's a beauty. Okay, we'll just whip that last chunk off there, straight under that knuckle bone here, around there. Okay. Slice it under there, get your fingers there with a bit of a grip, lie down beside the bone. Yeah, you just want to put a slice there. Just slice it away. There you have it. That. It's actually quite a good roast chunk, that one. But we cut it to steaks, whatever you like. Alright, we'll just quickly whip the bone out of those shoulders. So I just hold it like that. Just slide the knife down beside that bone. All you're doing really is just following each bone around like that. Pull that down. Right, so when you get to this blade, sit it down there, slide through against the bone again, right here, and you want to come down. There's the shoulder blade running through there, so you want to slide your knife against that blade under there.
It's hard to see amongst all this meat.
Yeah. And when you get to the blade here, just slice your knife down through there, and the same on this side, against the blade, see it there, slide it down to there, so you're exposing the blade. There's a little sort of flat piece of the shoulder blade that sticks out right angles there, which is that piece there. Slide that off there, look it through, and there you go, there's the shoulder bone. Toss that over there. And as you can see from the leftover bones here, there's not much meat on that, so there's very little wastage. And that's just the way we do it.
Oh!